Good morning, Cardano family. It's your boy Boomin coming at you with yet another video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, that like button, and that notification bell so you never miss a Boomin video. We got these 80 videos daily, and I know you love them. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Got my hot tea and honey locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's get this show started. And we have the Hosk here. First up, Michael Saylor was talking some crap on Cardano. Michael Saylor, I think he is a interesting character. He's a Bitcoin maxi, and that's okay. You could be a Bitcoin maxi. Some people would say I'm a Vechain and ADA maxi. But all in all, guys, I'm a crypto maxi. I want all cryptos to win. So you don't see me going out there attacking every coin that's not ADA or Vechain. Like, if I don't know about a coin, I'll say I don't know about a coin. But you got these maxis out there that, they're only focused on their one coin and all the other coins are scams or, whatever. And, we're not going to get anywhere with that type of thinking. We need to come together. We need to build together. We need to figure out how we can make these chains interoperable and, how we can port information from one chain to another. That's the only way we'll have real mass adoption. Okay. The good thing is, guys, that crypto hasn't been around long in the grand scheme of things. It's only been around since 2009, so barely, you know, barely 13 years old, barely 12 years old, if my math is correct. So, got a long way to go. Crypto's not going anywhere. It'll be here for the foreseeable future. And I think that as we all grow, and especially if you stay in the market, you'll start to get mellowed out as time goes on. Go through a couple more bear markets, you'll start to get tougher. You'll start to really see what is real and what isn't. And I think we're all going to start to come together soon. So that's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but yeah. And when you have maxis like Michael Saylor out there, I mean, he's done amazing things for Bitcoin and getting Bitcoin into the mainstream's eyesight. So I can't really fault him for that. But, the maxis, they always got to attack other cryptos. So let's take a look at what Charles has to say about Michael Saylor calling Cardano a security.
What are your thoughts on Saylor claiming Cardano as a security? Well, Mike Saylor is the Tone Vase of this cycle of, him and Jimmy Song of this cycle of crypto. So back in the day, we had Tone, and Tone was this podcast. He's still around, and I like Tone, but he had this thing. It's like everything's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. Oh, it's a scam. Oh my God, it's a scam. Everybody's scamming. He even had this thing called the Scammies. It was his awards ceremony, the Scammies. So now we got Mike Saylor. He's like, Bitcoin is the way. Again, it doesn't do anything for RealFi. I can't build a decentralized power grid. I can't build a centralized telecommunications company. I can't build a decentralized compute. I have no identity solution. It's not programmable, so I don't have dApps and DeFi. I can't even issue an asset, so I have no NFTs, right? It's all outside of that. But don't worry, layer 2 protocols that are highly centralized will somehow solve all of this. Great. So that's great. It's the best thing ever, and it's magical, and who cares about the mining and all this? Everything else is scam, and everything else is security. Nobody controls it. It's completely decentralized, far more than Bitcoin. It has more use and utility. People buy the token not to speculate, which is the only thing they can do with Bitcoin. They buy the token to use it for stuff, I don't know, medical records and whatever the hell else they're doing, because it is real life utility. But that's a security. But the thing that only thing you can do is speculate on is not. I think Mike's head is all fucked up and screwed up. It's just one of those cases where he's dick deep, full dick in with Bitcoin, and so it's got to work. If it doesn't work the way he hopes, he goes bankrupt. So I don't pay much attention to it, and I don't think it's a productive conversation at all. And frankly, the most difficult, toxic, and useless people to engage with are Bitcoin maximalists. They're not intellectually honest, like Jimmy Song saying that at any given time, proof of stake system, somebody can just arbitrarily take all your money and shut it down. It's not honest. It's just libel. It's not true. The protocols don't do that. And they feel they have no burden of proof and evidence of the statements that they make. And then they say the only thing that matters is their thing, even though their thing doesn't do anything. Just stores value. Okay. What are
Yeah, so, he's a maxi, and maxis are going to do what maxis do. They're just going to, trumpet their own coin, and every other coin is a scam or, useless. And, I don't believe that. I believe that crypto is for all. And, yeah, there are scams out there, but, there are also legitimate projects. And, again, we need to come together, build together, and I think that that's the only way that we're going to make it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and move on here. This is actually pretty cool. I did not know this. Some of these coins, I have no idea what the heck they were about, but these are the top 10 tokens held on Cardano. This is actually pretty interesting. So number one, we got Hosky token. Of course, I was the first person to talk about Hosky token. By the way, nobody tells y'all about that. All right, I was the first person to make a video on Hosky token, and then everybody else started making videos on Hosky token. But that's all right. We're not even going to talk about that right now. Next up, we got Sunday with 84k hodlers. Then we got Drip with 73k hodlers, Space Coins, Tokun, A-Sheep. I don't know what a Doja is. I have no idea what that is. Meld, Cardogio, and Bison. I think a lot of these tokens, well, most of these tokens have come from drip drops, from free airdrops. So, yeah, just take that with a grain of salt, guys, if you care about that. So, I thought that was pretty interesting. And let's go ahead and move on, guys, real quick. Let's run through the development report for July 2022. Key highlights: teams are working on a new node, version 1.35.2. Progress is being made on Lace. We talked about Lace before. Plutus apps, version 1.0.1 is being released. Hydra Head semi-automated smoke test successfully running on the testnet and the devnet. Fund 9 voting starting on August 11th. Taking a look at the statistics to date. Projects launched on Cardano, 92. Projects building on Cardano, 1,040. Native tokens, 5.5 million. NFT projects, 6,304. Plutus scripts, 2,229. And GitHub commits, almost 2,700 GitHub commits this week. Let's go. All right, guys. So I like the little highlight there. We're not going to go over the whole thing, I'm not going to be stumbling over tech speak. So let's go ahead and move on, guys. We're just going to not finish, but we're going to watch about 5 more minutes of the Babel fees video. I think this is definitely awesome because, Babel fees are really going to make the Cardano blockchain scalable and more functional. Again, if you don't know what Babel fees are, it allows you to pay your fees in native tokens, okay? Right now, you can only pay fees in the ADA token. That's what makes ADA very, very valuable on the blockchain, okay? So let's just say there's an in-game currency that you want to pay a fee for, or an in-game currency you want to buy a NFT or a new weapon or a new skin or something like that. Well, if you don't have a whole lot of ADA, you could use the native token, whatever token that is, on that specific platform to pay those fees. All right, guys. So that's just, obviously, that's a, not a fully technical description of what the engineers are trying to do. But again, guys, let's just go ahead and take a listen. We're going to watch about 5 more minutes of this, and I'll be back.
It's very difficult. So this is the reason that it is hard to have a mechanism to pay fees directly in non-ADA tokens. And Babel fees does things a little bit differently, and I'm going to explain how in a second. A little bit of related work. So the first bit of related work is, of course, Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, who's the inventor of the babel fish. And the babel fees mechanism lets us translate from one currency to another, just like the babel fish helps us translate from one language to another. Now, for a bit of actual related work, there are existing solutions for blockchains addressing this very problem. For example, Ethereum's solution is to use the gas station network, which is kind of a complicated structure that is built on top of Ethereum, and it requires additional infrastructure, and it requires changes to existing deployed contracts. Stellar has a different approach to this. Stellar is another multi-asset blockchain that supports a ledger-implemented DEX, which is a distributed exchange. Distributed exchanges are complicated and susceptible to certain attacks. There's also another solution out there by Algorand, which uses meta transactions or incomplete transactions. And this kind of approach requires back and forth communication, so two users have to communicate off-chain together to build this meta transaction. Our babel fees mechanism, again, is different than any of those. A bit of advertisement for the babel fees mechanism. So why is this a good approach? So first of all, minimal complexity of changes to the platform. So minimal changes to the transaction construction and processing, minimal changes to validity or effects of existing transactions, not a ledger implemented DEX, and the simplicity of the changes we propose allows to maintain existing ledger security guarantees. Second of all, minimal overhead for users. No costly design, implementation, or upgrade or execution of existing smart contracts. Because this is a change to the ledger, it operates at the ledger level, not the smart contract level. We also have no intermediate transaction construction steps or meta transactions. And no off-chain coordination is required for transaction construction. Also, offers are specified and accepted in the same block. So you don't need to submit an offer, wait for the block to be processed, and then submit a way to accept the offer. So not like that. And no additional costs are associated with making or accepting offers as compared to non-primary fee transactions. So when someone makes an offer, that's how much fee is being covered by that specific amount of tokens, and there's no additional fee that they have to pay on top of that to be able to submit that offer. And finally, the mechanism we propose is quite versatile. Exchanges are not enforced by a fixed algorithm, giving users the power to configure their selection process at any time and decide what kind of tokens they want. It's also quite low commitment, so users are not forced to commit to or prepay for accepting any future offers until they submit the accepting transaction. So they might say that they're willing to cover certain kinds of offers, but they can decide on the spot when they see a transaction making an offer of exchange with a certain token whether they want to accept it or not. And finally, the mechanism we propose is versatile because it can be used for smart contract fee coverage and spot swaps, as well as tightly batched transactions, which I'll also go into a bit more detail later on. A bit of a reminder of what multi-assets look.
We're just going to end it right there. We're going to go through the whole video eventually. But again, I just wanted to show this with you. This is coming, and I can't wait till they fully implement it, and we'll be here every step of the way. Alright guys, I love y'all so much. Don't let your memes be dreams. I will talk to you guys soon with the Vechain and Cardano updates. Have an amazing day. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Before we end, I'd like to say thank you to our wonderful Patreons. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. Thank you so much for your wonderful support. Marilyn for Crypto, Anthony Andrews, Bruce Den, Kyle Bocci, CryptoSVT.si, Angeltopia, DNC Vale, Leon Jackson II, Kragan, Allflare LLC, and Lucky Sunshine Token. Thank you again. I humbly appreciate you. Go ahead, click the links down below, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and we'll be back with another Vechain and Cardano video.